Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour. It's the Album Concept Hour.
Welcome everybody to the Album Concept Hour. My name is Brad LeBaron. I am your host as always. And today I have the co-host with the mo-host, Reese. He's filling in today. What up, Reese? How's it going?
Hey, I'm Reese Galvin. I am just jumping on because Brad needed a little help with the podcast this evening, and
Yep.
I've contributed a few times, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to join him. And it's his
Yes.
birthday, so we might as well
What?
celebrate.
Oh yeah, it is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I didn't want to,
Just
I'd put
work
the
it
cart in front of the
away,
horse, but yeah, it's my birthday. And I decided to spend it with who I'm about to introduce. It is this band that I have found while lurking on the internet, and I've really been enjoying their stuff the last couple of weeks. And they are Inspector 34. And I'll have you guys introduce yourself with your names one by one. So first, Patrick, could you say, "I am Patrick"?
I am Patrick.
And then we have Silas over here. Is that really you?
That's me. I am Silas, and
And
I'm
then-
over here on the left.
All right. And we have Jim Warren, who I've been talking to on Facebook.
That's
What's up,
me.
Jim
We
Warren?
communicated.
And then Alexandra
Yep,
is
Alex,
the last
over
one.
here.
So you have all their voices. If you need to go check, just rewind 30 seconds, listen back again. It will all make sense. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing and checking out their album. What is it? Love My Life. Today.
That's the title.
Yeah, it's a nice, positive title. I don't know if everything is positive in the the lyrics. I don't know. We'll trade notes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Somebody asked me recently. They're like, "Oh, what's the album called?" It's called Love My Life. They're like, "Oh, is that sarcastic?"
no, it's not sarcastic.
Very defensive of them. Like very on guard about any kind of sincere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's is kind of what the this is a clunky transition, but I met you through a Hollywood Handbook Facebook forum. For those of you that have heard other episodes, I've mentioned Hollywood Handbook once or twice.
Oh, they've come up.
They've come up. I've had some dealings. But yeah, it's this kind of smarmy Hollywood centric podcast where these two kind of Harvard grad dudes are just kind of being doofuses with each other and making each other laugh and making their guests uncomfortable. But
Post-ironic is the first time I heard the phrase post-ironic. It was applied to that.
well, I believe it's post-ironic, if I
it
recall
may
correctly.
even be another
Yeah.
level removed.
Yeah, there's levels to which the guests don't know what level of irony that they are in. So it's kind of a
That's the fun of it.
disorienting experience for them. But yeah, we were both on that forum, and hold on, Jim posted a music video of Gray House, which is on this album, and it was inspired apparently by an episode of Hollywood Handbook, the Pro version, which you have to, you got to sign up for Stitcher Premium or some shit if you want to get that stuff. But
Or Howl. You have to still have a Howl account.
yeah, if you have the Howl app, the Widow Howl app,
Howl
you
app.
might be able to dig that up.
The Whittle Howl. There's going to be a bunch of handbook in jokes here.
Yeah, these might be.
That sounds like an
There's-
old
there could be.
historical house or something.
It kind of is. It kind of is at this point, but yeah, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of dumb M jokes. For instance, the shirt, deeply alienating. Got it straight from the
Oh, that's good. I didn't even notice it.
the boys.
You guys can enjoy that. You enjoy yourselves.
Yes.
There's the T-shirt that Jim insists on wearing at every show we play. That's
this one?
it says
No,
no. It's
Oh.
Yeah.
it says I love you and I'm in love with you.
Oh,
The two of
yes,
them
of
like
course.
kissing or something.
Well, I
I
mean
got
that is.
that one. I bought it at the live show they did in Boston.
Ooh.
And Hayes, when I met Sean and Hayes after the show, Hayes said something like, yeah, like what a stupid shirt. I can't imagine ever wearing it in public. But people seem to like it and buy it. So I thought this would be a good shirt for me to wear at every single show we play.
Yeah, well, they have a few shirts where it's vague enough that like it doesn't necessarily take you into a tangent about a podcast no one's ever heard of. You know?
I don't ever want to be asked a question about it.
Yeah,
and it almost never happens. Which
Yeah,
is really
like
nice.
I have a Hey Nong Man Ain't Nothing to Fuck With shirt, and there's no way to explain that to anyone.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't try. But
Somebody asked me at maybe a year or so ago, the UPS delivery driver at my work, I wore the shirt to work because I had a show after work.
yeah,
He's like, "Oh, what's the shirt?" And I was like, it's like a shirt. It's like a podcast.
it's like some guys are talking and like people listen to it.
He was really interested. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, man, it's all Hollywood Handbook. Yeah, I'll check it out." And he came in the next day, listening to an episode of
Did
it.
he
in the
check it
truck.
out?
Yeah,
Wow.
he had put on like
Oh
I
my
think he just
God.
YouTube searched it because it was like one of the live episodes that's on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was listening to it, and
I know the one.
It didn't keep going after that, but he
Yeah. For sure. But yeah, so we met through that, and one thing is they are the hosts of the podcast are both sincere and dicks to people. You know what I mean? Like they kind of have this balance of like, you know, they're immature and they act like children, but you also like, you know, can't help but feel for them when they act like children.
Yeah.
It's a weird kind of balance that they have. But yeah, I feel like you're like there's definitely just a few moments in the album where I kind of can see that weird
those
artistic
sensibilities kind of
connection.
crossover.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
and
Jimmy, you're a dick, is what he's saying.
It's almost like I'm throwing a
we
tantrum.
we
at
are
times.
a dick.
Yeah.
Before we get into the songs though, I wanted to just ask like, you know, well, first of all, get like, you know, what are your different roles in the group? Like Patrick, what do you play in the band? I'm going to go in the order that I see.
I play the guitar and also weird noises
Okay.
with
He's
the
most-
guitar, but
He's mostly pedals with a guitar plugged into.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the
A
guitar is
series of
kinda-
pedals.
you know,
Okay.
off to the side, and the pedals are the instrument.
You just pluck it every now and again, just so
Yeah,
you can
like
get a vibration
kind of slap
going.
it or something.
Like
Yeah.
with some dials and shit.
Yeah,
Hold your-
yeah.
hold your phone
Uh-huh.
up to it.
Okay.
Yeah, holding phone up to it is a big one.
Oh wow, that's like do the like that. You know what I'm talking about? The old school. No, okay.
I think I
we
know.
They might have
I
stopped
usually play
doing that.
YouTube
But that's what we
videos.
should incorporate that.
Oh yeah.
I usually
yeah.
just play YouTube
bring
videos
it
on my
back.
phone, and the pickup's hot enough to pick them up. So then I'll just
Oh,
play
nice.
weird,
Nice,
like super
nice.
cuts of people saying things through it.
You know, I have there is a song that has a lot of like what sounds like maybe speeches or something that I've tried to also decipher. I have my own lyric
Oh.
sheet.
Oh yeah.
I bet that's the Jonestown samples.
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a couple Jim Jones in there.
You
I think the
gotta.
last song has
get some
birds
Jim
through my
Jones.
guitar.
Yeah,
It's
that
a lot
one's-
of birds.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Okay.
big long intro.
Sorry, my brain just wrinkled a little bit while I
Yeah.
tried
How
to
many
figure that out.
sheets of lyrics did you write about that exactly?
Oh, you mean how many times did I rewind it? And
Oh, did
And
you try to
shit.
write out the Jim Jones speeches?
maybe I might have
Might get you
attempted to.
arrested.
Yeah. Well, you know, my EQ's got the setting I can take a little bit of the low out, you know, and
Oh, sure.
but yeah, it's don't know what I was gonna say. Silas, what are you doing in this band?
Oh, I play anything with a keyboard attached to it, like synthesizers, a lot of organ on this record, and sometimes singing.
Yeah, I
In the
did notice.
background.
I did notice
Yeah, I
that.
did that too.
Yeah, but you broke it.
Oh no,
What?
you broke
What did I
something.
break?
You had an accordion, but you broke it.
I did have the accordion, but I broke it. Yeah,
Oh
I tried
no!
to take it apart and fix it, and I broke it.
Oh
That's the
no! Did you like break a seal of some kind?
I broke. I think I just like
Those things are
let
complicated.
it. I really don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah. Those things are.
I think I let some
complex
parts warp
machines.
somehow. and
Yeah.
It was really old. It was on its last legs anyway.
Okay,
I
so
remember
you had
reading that
to.
they're incredibly complex. Like,
Oh yeah, they're insane inside.
Yeah. So you had to stop your Weird Al cover band at that point.
I did not have a Weird Al cover band. I had a Weird Al parody
Okay.
band, so I would parody
Oh yes, of
songs
course.
that Weird Al had already parodied.
Is that then the
Um,
original
were you
song?
normal Al? Or?
No, I would just be like, I don't know, like one step less removed from the parodies they'd already done.
Okay.
I don't know how to just explain it.
No.
Like
That.
halfway between the original and Weird Al.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's like it's like really close to the Weird Al version
Mhm,
in the
mhm.
theme,
Yeah.
but like
yeah.
I changed some of the lyrics.
And you
around
sing
the
it in a
sounds.
mocking tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're singing
you're
down.
dripping
You're singing down to
sarcasm.
people. Yeah.
Also, the songs that he wrote that are originals, I do parodies of those.
Ah, man. So you're doing the
Yeah.
you're doing the whole package. Okay.
Yeah.
Norm Al Yankovic. It's one
That's good.
That's a-
I didn't even think about that.
that's from a previous
I always thought it was
episode.
just less weird Al.
Less Weird Al. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep the Norm Al one. I think
you
I
should use
might
Normal,
have.
and I
think I might have made a Twitter for that one.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
anyway.
smart.
But yeah, we got to have a variety of Als at this point because Weird Al's not going to be with us forever, so eventually they're going to need
he
to
He
be
seems in
around.
good health. I don't know.
No, I know. No, I
Might-
mean I'm not saying
He might be on the youth blood program that those Hollywood types seem to.
Yeah, he
He
does.
takes excellent care of himself. Also, he's vegan, so I don't think the
Oh.
blood.
Don't they have?
Oh yeah, good point.
They
Good
have
point.
powers though, right?
Vegan
Yeah.
powers?
Yeah,
Vegan powers.
I think so.
I saw him live. Were any of you, the rest of you, at that show where Weird Al played in Boarding House Park?
No.
I think
I
I was
wasn't
doing.
there.
I think I was checking
I was
bags for that
busy.
show actually.
Okay. Yeah, I saw him live a couple of years ago in Lowell,
Okay.
and he has so much energy. It's insane. Like the
Yeah.
amount of physical stamina he has to have
Yeah,
to put on the
yeah.
show that he has is incredible. I couldn't believe it.
yeah. No, he was actually my first concert when I was
Really?
a wee little boy.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
He
awesome.
came and did the encore with the Star Wars one, a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
What movie is it where he gets off the plane and like he's with O.J. Simpson throughout the movie at one point, like briefly?
Wait, are you
Naked
talking
Gun
about
or something
Naked
terrible
Gun?
like that. Like, yeah, it is
Oh.
Naked Gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic, and I'm like, he's actually pretty
I
old
don't-
because that's like a
No.
early
He had,
'90s, late '80s.
I don't think he
Weird
was
Al's
in.
Naked Gun.
I don't think he was in Naked Gun. I think you're thinking of UHF maybe.
Oh okay.
No,
Did he? I mean, because Naked Gun had the old guy from
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie
Definitely.
Nielsen.
no, I think it's Leslie. I think it's because Weird Al gets off the plane and Leslie Nielsen thinks that they're cheering for him, but they're cheering for Weird Al Yankovic getting off the
Oh.
plane behind him. And
Oh,
then-
is he like? Does he have a cameo?
Yeah, just
Oh,
a cameo. It's not like
okay,
an
okay.
acting role.
I haven't watched the Naked Gun probably.
That's when he's
since
fairly young.
I
too,
watched it
but he was still not new.
5-10 years ago, but yeah, He. I mean, was it when he had like the fro, the 80s
Fro
Yeah,
and glasses.
80s Weird Al fro?
Reinvented
And O.J.
himself, yeah.
Simpson's in it before he went to prison.
Well, yeah, O.J. Simpson's in. That's the glaringly strange part about those movies is O.J. Simpson being funny.
He
You
was
feel
a
very
cut-up.
conflicted about laughing about the jokes,
It happens.
What about you, Jim? What is your role in this group, Inspector 34?
So I do guitar and singing. I'm
Okay.
like the main singer.
Okay, so you're the
And,
sounds that I've been trying to decipher.
Yes. Sorry about that.
No, it's all right. It's fine. I think I got most of them.
I appreciate you taking the time, but I'm sorry I had to do it. It sounds like over and over again.
No, it's okay.
Um,
No, it was a
yeah, I
nice.
guess
It was like
I'm
a
like the-
test. It was for me. It was like
Yeah.
a test for my ears.
okay. as long as it was a positive experience.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna be the one that posts these on Genius. Wrong or right,
Oh boy.
I'll be the guy that posts them on Genius. So
Yeah,
people
you
can start.
gotta have incorrect lyrics up on
Yeah,
Genius.
just
That's a
I
part of
mean,
it.
otherwise,
guessing.
what are you guys doing with your music career? You know, I mean, that's
Yeah.
your goal right there.
That's how you know you've made it, is have some wrong lyrics,
Yeah,
because you can't have been the person to type up the lyrics for them to
Yeah.
go
Ooh.
on there.
Mhm.
That's how you know you've made it. So if somebody
Yes,
did
yes.
it and got them a little wrong,
Yes, yeah,
That is nice.
you know
Yeah.
they took
Solid.
the time.
Also,
like-
like that, because I think the record has some lyrics in coming in with it, right? Like you
Yeah,
put a
so
lyric
I
sheet in
actually,
there.
like, in the past
Yeah.
couple days, I took time to like hand write out the lyrics.
But if someone listens to it and types the lyrics up before they, buy the record, even not if buying the record, that's even, that's impressive too.
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen it happen. I have
Somehow.
seen it happen before. Where like a really, well, it's probably like with the more like famous groups or whatever, they have someone that's like immediately like posting the lyrics online. But
Yeah,
I'm surprised
yeah.
at how fast those go. Sometimes it's like the day of. But
It's
yes,
already interpreted.
Yeah.
yeah, right, yeah. They got the lyrics, their interpretations. They've been there for like a month, seemingly, for some reason. Like,
Yeah, somebody's been cooking it up while
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the other things were happening.
I remember I printed out like the whole Beastie Boys discography from or whatever,
wow.
genius.com. And
How
then put
long
it in a
was that?
binder, and then I just didn't read any of it. I like spent
Just for
I like
just in
spent all this time
case.
printing it all out.
It was like
My
a
dad,
just
when
in
I was a little
case
kid-
binder.
My dad, I really liked the song "Steal My Sunshine" by Len.
Who
when it was
didn't?
first on the radio when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad, in like some weird gesture of like trying to relate to me, like a year after I had like liked listening to that song on the radio, was like, "Oh, hey, I know you like this song on the radio here." And he gave me he had just printed out the lyrics to the song from a website and just gave it to me on a piece of paper.
Oh man, that's like the sweetest thing. Like just doing something symbolic to be like,
Yeah.
I care.
Yeah,
Look what I
appreciate
did.
this. Yeah.
That's so nice. What about you, Alexandra? What do you do in the band?
So I play the drums and the cymbals and the sticks and the
Nice.
Pedal too. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got pedals
yeah.
too.
Yeah. You got a
One
few
little
toms
pedal,
on there.
two little
pedals,
two little
yeah.
pedals and the
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everyone has pedals, but me.
and the hamburger.
You got a volume pedal
But you have
thing?
the keyboard. So
I have
you
knobs
pedals
and
for-
I have knobs and sliders, but
Ah.
no pedal. No,
I don't have
I
any
don't get to
slide.
stomp on anything.
Interesting. That's out of all of you, I'd figure you would have a pedal, but
Yeah.
I'm mistaken. But yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys want to get into your album, the
Let's
first?
blast into the album.
Yeah.
Rocket
So
ship.
yeah, I got like I said, I have my clips, and the first one is Love. So here we go with Love. So
Who is that?
That's definitely us.
so this track
I
reminded
swear that's us.
this track reminded me of the Beatles, which is Bugs. Was that intentional?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
The
okay.
whole thing is a Bugs tie-in, so every song is every kind of bug.
Oh,
Bugs all
okay.
day.
The Beatles.
Okay, and that's probably why I couldn't hear you as well, because I mean, Bugs, they have to form like a person almost in order to even create those noises. So
They have to have a big, hard person outside of their soft, smaller person.
Mhm.
And that's sort of what we do with our music.
yeah,
I think it's called an
unit.
exo person.
An exo person.
Person.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's right.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, our
Um,
music is basically our hard shell, trying to keep everybody away from.
They started off really ironic, and you kind of brought it around and made it sincere there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of art is just really just your own shell around you, impenetrable shell. Um,
Definitely.
yeah. But yeah, this is your constant kind of motif going through the album. You have this line that you love your life or something, and
Yeah, everything is wonderful.
are you being
I mean,
sarcastic?
You can tell by the tone of the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something that sometimes we do live as like an intro to other songs. Just
Yeah.
like Jim sings a line and then we all just make the most abysmal noise around him for like a minute and a half.
So wait, that
Yeah,
is
that's
Jim
awesome.
as well.
So this
I
is kind of
think,
like a transcription to record of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that track and the other ones that are noise like it on the album were one 40-minute long kind of noise thing we did in your basement one time, Jim, right?
Yeah, we had a
Ah.
practice where Silas actually couldn't make it. That's the one thing that
Oh.
he's like not involved in the
Oh
record.
yeah.
But me, all the rest of us, we just
Wow.
we just did. So there's 40 more minutes of that.
Wow.
We
Okay.
should
Yeah,
so
release
there's
it
a
all on the
whole-
Patreon.
There's a whole
Yeah,
other album.
I should put all of it up on the Patreon, honestly.
Oh, and that's the we should probably mention that. That's the was it Sad Milk Collective? Is that what you
Yeah.
guys are composed of? What exactly is Sad Milk Collective? If you guys could just explain for a second to the listeners.
So
It's the
that's
whole
gang. Yeah, that's the whole gang. It's a nebulous kind of undefined thing.
Is it
But
just
really
like the
it's-
bandmates and what you guys do like creatively, or is it like
And,
are there
you know, a
others?
lot of
And
us have-
others.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have side projects and a lot of other friends who do cool creative stuff. So we thought we would all, form a sort of blob together and support each other and
Collaborate with each other too.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds
collaborate.
like a
with-
good
that's
idea.
basically what the Patreon is. 'Cause
Yeah,
we all make a bunch of stuff, outside of the band.
Yeah.
And so I figured we could give us a nice outlet to release stuff. So yeah, that's what we use the Patreon for, is a lot of weird collaborations. And
Yeah.
also we can make it be a label when we want to put out a record, or it can just
Yeah.
sort of be whatever we want it to be, really.
Yeah. And I'm actually trying to put something together like that myself. It's I watched a few of the you do sketches, right? Sometimes what was it? There was a sketch about some car salesmen or something.
Oh yeah.
Several
There's-
sketches. Several sketches about a car salesman.
Yeah, the Ferrari Subaru stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. They're like, they're really absurd, little fun commercials. I like the comments in those on those videos. Like there were some people that really like weren't into it, and like
Well, I haven't checked those in a minute. I should look and see who's not liking it.
yeah. It's just
that's
like.
fun.
Why
Yeah.
would you have an opinion on it? Negative
Yeah.
opinion in the first place. But yeah, no, they're fun videos, and you should definitely check them out if you want to see some creative stuff online. Plug over. But yeah, we're gonna move right on into the next track, just because that one was more of a mantra, I think, than we're gonna get into.
Then a song.
Yeah.
It's a meditation.
Yeah. There's there's
I was
those
gonna say,
songs
if you
that
could
tie
take a 15
together
second-
the whole thing. Well, I mean, you guys do love your life, though, right? Like, is that
everything's
accurate?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Everything's wonderful.
All right. Well, we've answered all the questions we need. So, this is Everybody. Everybody in the whole world can't be wrong. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Hey, you got that one right.
Yeah. See, I got one right. I got
Nailing
one
it.
right already. Confirmed.
You sent him a full lyric sheet.
I didn't have it yet, and then when I wrote it out, it's so small. Like I couldn't take a picture of that because the writing is so small. So I had to fit it all on one 8.5 by 11 sheet. All the lyrics for the album.
That's all right. Well, this one had a lot of. This was the one with like maybe some of the most lyrics in the whole album, I think.
So I realized this is when I was writing out all the lyrics. The A side of the record, which is the first like 7 tracks, maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Has like 80% of the lyrics. The B side is very sparse lyrically, which was not intentional, but
Yeah, no, I did notice that, but I like that it's kind of unconventional because it flows. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's in the correct order, I guess, is what I'm saying. as far as my listening. Yeah.
I'm glad that you think that as a listener because I agonized over it.
Is that so? Is that something that's eating away at you now that you know about it?
No. It's just I put a lot of thought into trying to make the tracks be in the right order, and have it have a good flow to it. So it's nice that that's not something that no one will notice, but me.
Yeah. Well, I hope more people notice. I really hope that this gets some attention.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. Let me see if I got some of this right though. So I have the lyrics that I've written, and is the first part. Everybody in the world is awaiting.
Is a winner.
Is a winner.
Extremely positive. Everybody in the world is a winner.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a very uplifting album.
That makes the rest of that the paragraph make sense. Yep. Cool. And I think this one was actually really I mean, all jokes aside, this one was pretty straightforward as far as the lyrics go. It's just like you said, just very positive, just very everything's good, like life's good.
Yeah, everything's great.
We don't need to worry all the time, guys. Not in this track at least. But
I mean, it maybe it gets a little more sinister towards the end, but not even really in a way that
explicit way.
Yeah. What's your I was gonna ask, what's one of your kind of inspirations for I guess singing your vocal style? Because it reminds me of like a couple different things, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Let me hear what you throw out first, because I'm always interested.
Yeah, I'm really interested.
I'm also bad at saying it.
Well,
coming up with things myself.
Well, I mean, I was thinking, it reminds me of certain parts of like some Talking Heads vocals, along with like earlier King Gizzard when he's yelling. Like before they went all Nonagon Infinity and all that. I don't know if you know King Gizzard that much, but
I don't really. But I love when people tell me that we sound like a band I've never really listened to, because then I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Then you have something to dive into or something. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I mean, it is kind of like there's kind of been this resurgence of like psychedelic rock and variations of that. I think in the last maybe 5-10 years. But what do you guys think that's the case?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I definitely like.
I mean, I love it. It's my favorite like newer musical trend to bring that style kind of back to the forefront. Because there's just so much there. Cause I've been listening to a lot of Moody Blues recently, which a few of your tracks kind of reminded me of as well. And yeah, some of that stuff, like they just, allow themselves to go so many different directions, and it's more experimental than your, radio, rock that you hear. But
yeah, I mean, I feel like Silas and Pat would maybe have more thought on that than
on the vocal influence, or.
No, I mean just like
style in general, maybe.
More like current trends in music.
How did you come to your style?
No, but I like when we had to come up with we recently had to come up with a list of like our favorite albums of the year.
Yeah.
And everyone but Pat and Silas was like, "Oh shit, we've only listened to like 1 or 2 albums this year." These guys had a whole bunch.
Oh yeah.
It's been a year
most
to
of the music
fall
I
back
listen
on
to
the
is
favorites.
30 years old.
What was that?
Oh, I feel like this has been a year to fall back on favorites too. Just like it's a nostalgia and comfort thing, like to listen to some music that kind of
Yeah.
wraps you up that you know well
Big time.
too.
Yeah, definitely.
I was thinking,
What was that, Reese? Go on.
I was just gonna say, I was thinking something that vocal styling reminds me of is a few sections of Bauhaus's first album, In the Flat Field,
Oh,
like
hell
when they're
yeah.
doing that very weird, yeah, you know what I mean, like stuff from like anything from like Dark Entries to like any of these weird things where they're doing these very bizarre like vocal stylings that really were not traditional rock in any way at that point. And
Yeah, Jim's a goth daddy.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I never really listened to Bauhaus that much either. I feel I did, I think in high school, but not in a way that I could even, remember an album to say its name.
So it just kind of seeped into your like subconscious, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. I think like the Talking Heads thing for sure. David Byrne.
Yeah.
Talking Heads, big one for me.
Mhm.
Pixies also.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Frank Black is a huge one for me.
Especially the screaming.
Yeah.
His sort of There was a couple like David. I think there are a handful of like inspirations to me musically, like especially when I was like growing up and like I would play guitar, but I was like, I don't know if I can sing. But I would hear like specifically Black Francis, David Byrne, and Jeff Mangum. I would hear and go, oh, like this I could
Jeff
do.
Mangum.
Like this is like I could hear something and go, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah.
And that's what made me, try to do it, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, that's almost that's kind of been I play acoustic guitar because I used to be in a pop punk band back in the day.
Yeah, of course.
And I know like almost all of In an Aeroplane Over the Sea, and I just do it for
Jim knows the whole thing too, I'm
relax
pretty
at
sure.
home,
Yeah, I used to do a bunch of in college. I used to do a bunch of playing acoustic covers with people. You hang outside in the quad. I was one of those insufferable people.
Me as well.
That's actually how I met Ben, our bass player, who's not here, regrettably.
Rest in peace.
Hi, Ben.
Shouts out to Ben.
Rest
we
in
love
peace.
him.
Yep.
But yes, one of my things that I will do occasionally on like Halloween, if it's cover set time, is I'll play Airplane Over the Sea front to back just as a set.
Ooh.
Which is fun.
I've always wanted to do that. I just never got it together.
It's like it's more strenuous than it would at first. Like I'm exhausted.
Well, yeah, he's just like his vocals at least are like just being belted almost the whole album.
Yeah, it's something I had the lung capacity to do more when I was 18 than after 10 years of smoking.
Yeah,
for sure.
And there's those really high notes that kind of, as you get older, kind of get harder to like find. As far
most definitely.
Yeah. I used to sing really, really high in my old pop punk band, way above my actual register, and now I kind of try to stick to my range. It just feels better.
Yeah, this album I noticed like some more after the fact was like some of the more acrobatic like vocal parts that I've ever written for myself, and I'm glad I did it before I hit 30. And I'm glad that that this was the year that I quit smoking so that I could actually do them too.
Nice. They coincided in a
it worked out very
perfect
well.
time. I was gonna say this next track is actually a good example of that. I don't know if I have the part that I'm thinking of, but The World Explodes really kind of shows a little bit of your dynamic range here. So here it is.
So try to lay and just set to right and taking the show. Everybody fighting while the world explodes.
But yeah, that one does not actually have the part I'm thinking of. But sometimes I have to like pick between. Yeah, it's hard to pick clips. You have a part earlier in the song though where you sound to me very much like Lou Reed or something. Like when you do the lower range before you get to that section.
That was very hard. That's like the lowest I can possibly go, and I had a real fucking.
Oh, really? Okay.
Recording.
Is it harder to go lower or to go higher?
I think it's harder to go lower, just because if you go
volume wise, it's too like you have
I
to
wish I
really
could go lower.
Oh yeah, because it's like it's low and it's like really quiet. On
that's part
most
of it.
mics.
It's so hard to
project.
Did you have to like?
If I'm going high, I can just sort of scream.
Yeah.
Most of my singing is just screaming, anyways. But it's easier to turn that into a high note.
Yeah. I suppose because like you have to for those notes in this one, you really have to hold that low note for that phrase or whatever. So what did you like drink just honey straight from the bottle for this one?
I was doing a lot of that actually.
Okay.
Honey and
you
hot
can hear
water.
You can hear it in your
counterproductively beer. Yeah.
Well, if you get enough honey, it should balance it out. Maybe get a honey Weiss.
That's
or
what
something.
my hope was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sing at like the Hangover singing, or you just like you feel like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Let's go for that.
That's what I should have done. There's one song that I got like extremely drunk to do one of the vocal parts on.
Oh yeah.
It needed it.
Yeah.
I should have thought, do a hangover, do a hangover thing for this one.
Oh man, I wonder what that difference would be. Like, I'm curious.
That would be so much more vocal fry.
You just wouldn't.
Oh yeah, it's all fry. I'm pretty sure.
You just wouldn't want to do it at all. That would be the hard part. Would be the motivation. I think. Be like.
But if I could then communicate that with music to the audience.
That's true. You could capture something.
My goal is to make everyone feel how much I don't want to do this through song.
Yeah. Well, this one you're talking about the world. Well, I think you're talking about kind of what's going on. All over the world and the fighting and wars and not to get like specific about anything, but like while the world explodes and everyone's just fighting amongst themselves. I think
that more or less is about. Should I say what the working title of the song was?
Oh no. Yes,
it had two iterations.
Well, now my curiosity's peaked.
In the first one, clues you into how it was written.
So yeah, I started I came up with the basic chords of the song on election night 2016.
Oh, okay.
And I stumbled home really drunk.
I recall that.
I got really drunk that night too.
2 a.m.
It gets kind of fuzzy at the end.
I was on an airplane.
Oh,
when I came off the airplane, which was a different world.
Remember airplanes? Guys?
You could go on one, and it was like okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
You could go somewhere else, and you wouldn't have to worry too much.
Yeah.
I remember somewhere else.
Was it radio silence on the airplane, so you had no clue until you landed?
No, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Like it was like it was a red eye from LA home.
Oh boy!
Oh
so,
no!
Yeah, it was
just the whole
crazy.
night to deal with that.
Yeah.
No, that was a weird night. So I'm glad you captured it.
It sure was.
I'm glad you captured it in this song.
Yeah, so I played this thing and I wouldn't ever remember it unless I recorded it. So I recorded a shitty recording of it on my computer.
Oh.
And was gonna title it Election Song, but then I titled it Erection Song. And
yes, I like that.
Yeah, and that's what we called it until I wrote words for it, which was.
I think beyond that, we still called it Erection
Yeah,
Song.
I still throw it around. Once it sticks.
Is that what is on the set list?
I didn't even
maybe?
know it had a different name until we released it as a single, and I saw a write-up about it.
Yeah,
Nice.
that song is one that we actually never got a chance to play live. That we were going to like unveil it at the next show that we were going to play. I think.
We never played that live. Fuck.
We
Oh.
never
That's
played that live because we were always working on it, and I never had words for it. And like by the time it was finally
Mhm.
coming together,
Yeah.
yeah, no dice, no shows.
Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna say, have you guys done any like online? Have you tried to play online together in this pandemic at all, or?
We've done like some shows where we've recorded it first, edited
Uh-huh.
it, but not like.
Yeah, we
But
did
we have-
Okay.
we have
one
technical-
virtual one.
Yeah, we've done
Okay.
like one virtual one.
And that was we all got together in person, but outside in the backyard
Okay.
of Alex's house.
Oh, nice, nice.
And,
like
yeah, so it's
Like the Dave
relatively
Chappelle
exciting.
comedy shows he's been doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was.
little cornfield.
You've been doing a whole series of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've been doing like a whole series of like local musicians like outside in the backyard. It's called Okay in the Backyard.
Yeah.
Where it's
yeah.
kind of like a psychedelic show.
It's kind of like a
Nice.
psychedelic.
It's kind of
show.
psychedelic, so don't get a little crazy where you watch. But yeah, we did one of
yeah.
we did one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice. I haven't
But that's the
I haven't
only
even-
time like we had to practice our set before we
Yeah.
played it, and that's the only time that we've been all together as a group since
Uh-huh.
March, I think.
Yeah, it's
Our
been
whole
real.
lineup again.
It's been real hard on a lot of local musicians. So this is your weekly reminder to support local music. 'Cause-
Venues too.
and
We've seen a lot of
venues.
venues close in our area. Like
Oh yeah.
Most of the
This
venues
year.
in Boston have closed.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
ones we would play at.
All the ones
Yeah.
we could have or would have played at, yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
I bet
it's-
the
Denver's
largest
been hit
ones
hard,
will
too.
stay.
Shockingly, yeah, the House of Blues seems to be doing just fine.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
man.
never heard
they're
any
just
cries for
staying
help from
afloat.
the House of Blues.
Where's the
actually.
GoFundMe
Yeah.
for the House of Blues?
Yeah, we should really start a GoFundMe for House of Blues. Otherwise, we're gonna lose them. I
What a tragedy
can't
that would
live.
be.
I don't think I can live in the world without House of Blues.
I'm holding a
every
lifelong
major
grudge
city.
against the House of Blues because it bulldozed my two favorite venues in Boston to build it.
Oh,
Ashes.
that's
Same
messed up.
as- I
The
assume they're
Axis
same
and the
House of
Avalon,
Blues
they
as
were the
Chicago.
only places that had all ages shows in Boston when I was in like high school and stuff.
I saw Flogging Molly at the Avalon when I was 15.
I saw Real Big Fish at the Avalon when I was probably 15.
I saw Bad Fish when I was 15.
Man, that's so horrible
go.
that they literally replaced it with a different one.
Yeah,
Like that's
with a
so much
different
more.
one
That's like
that is-
insulting.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah.
And you can't go there if you're a kid.
Yeah. Well, let's we should move on to the next track though, because if you were in the Gray House, like you would have been, secure. They would have been secure from the crumbling. It wouldn't have fallen around them. They would have protected
Nothing can
them.
get in.
So this is Bugs, which is the transition between. I chose the transition between the two tracks because I think this is one of my favorite transitions. But here's Bugs. Yeah, this is the one I really can't wait to get the vinyl for because
Oh, yeah.
I got this nice record table that I got because of the Hollywood Handbook vinyl came out, and I needed a way to listen to it correctly.
Kicking myself for not getting one of those.
Oh well,
They have
I could.
They have a record.
Yeah. We'll talk off mic.
Don't-
I can
Yeah,
help
talk
you
off
out.
mic about
I can help you out. I got a guy. Yeah, this next song, I'm gonna move right into Gray House though, since this is kind of like an intro to Gray House.
Yeah, it's
right?
just the intro.
Yeah. This is just the way that it's formatted. All right, so here is one of the clips I chose. All right, that is Gray House. At least I have another clip as well, but that's the first clip.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I got double clips on this one, guys.
Two
Feeling
clips. Who would've
feeling
Unheard of.
wild tonight. But yeah, this is the song that you guys posted and have a music video for. You posted
Yeah,
about
it's the
this on the
big.
Hollywood Handbook thing, and um, who's the artist, by the way, for the music video? Is it one of
So
you
that
guys, or
was
is it someone else you
me and
guys know?
Alex. Yeah. I
Oh,
did
really?
the art and animation, and she did the backgrounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I really, really like the music video.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
I
a
spent
really
Fantastic.
a
it,
crazy amount of time on it.
it's kind of
Jim
like
spent like 6 months of his life just making the video.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh you
Oh.
did mention
More-
that on the Hollywood Handbook. You're like, I don't know if this has been a waste of my time. I guess we'll find out. But no, it was really, really like very cool style. It, represented, I think, the real estate roundup conversation pretty well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really, really enjoyed
definitely
it.
was inspired by it. The lyrics were inspired by it, and then the video is inspired by the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
Yeah,
have
they-
one theory about that music video, and that's
Okay.
are the bugs that are clinking glasses, is that supposed to be Hayes and Sean? Or is that I
hadn't thought about it, but let's say yes.
all right, we'll
I
say
think they've earned that.
yes.
Uh,
But Sean's bug is drinking a non-alcoholic beer, of course.
of course, it's got to be O'Doul's.
Yes, definitely.
Or some other non-alcoholic.
Yeah,
Sprite.
yeah.
Non-alcoholic
Maybe it's a
Sprite.
maybe it's a Sprite.
Be a seltzer, maybe?
I don't
A
know.
Sprite.
A non-alcoholic seltzer.
Yeah, non-alcoholic seltzer.
Maybe
Good.
they're drinking.
It could be
Bug's
a
Breath.
root derived
Ooh.
beer.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you
true.
mean like a root beer?
Yeah, beer
Or
derived
root
from root.
beer,
Oh,
Root beer.
okay,
Beer.
okay.
Mm,
okay.
Root birch.
A sarsaparilla soda.
or
Mm.
sarsaparilla
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. It could be any and all of those things.
As long as it's got bubbles in it, but no alcohol.
I
It's
just-
got to just sort of have the same color of beer when you hold it up in a big mug.
yeah. Exactly. It's they know about that movie magic stuff. It's super easy for those Hollywood types.
Yeah.
Um,
Sprinkle a little pixie dust in there. And it's kinda soul-stinging.
So I do have to ask. So are you all fans of that podcast, or is it just Jim here that's the big fan?
We listen to it pretty much exclusively while on tour, so I've heard plenty
Yeah.
of it.
Ah,
I made everybody
okay.
listen to it a lot. In
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
In the van, but I
Well,
think
that
it's
is the way.
mostly me, So.
That is pretty
I
much
tolerated
the way.
it for I tolerated it for a bit
I love
Tolerated?
it.
That's a
for myself,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I think it was
That's a
it's
polite
a lot
word for
to
it.
handle.
It's a lot to handle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed Reese just a short 4-minute clip of the real estate roundup section of Grey House. Yeah, it's an acquired taste. I
For sure,
I always tell people you have to listen to about 15 full episodes before it really sinks in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to want to have it sink in
Yeah.
for,
gotta-
to be able to put yourself through that.
Well, I mean, if you
I
get
take
up
it there was
to
some resistance there at some point.
if you get up to like 30, there starts to be some sort of like Stockholm syndrome that sets in, and you like it anyway.
yeah.
So there's several paths to becoming a fan, and there's they're all
More
dangerous.
to not becoming a fan. More
Yeah.
yeah.
I tried the path of forcing everybody to listen to it when they were trapped in a van with no way out. And
That's one of the
It
best ways.
Didn't seem to work.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we did listen to that specific episode in the van on tour, the real estate roundup. I think it had come out that week.
Oh yeah.
Or thereabouts.
Okay, so they were aware at least of that particular.
Oh
episode.
yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, because we liked that line from the podcast. I am bugs and the world is a gray house.
Oh, actually,
And then
I have a clip from that. Actually, I just remember.
Oh yeah.
Let me. I threw together an edit. It can only be 15 seconds, so copyrighted material. So I kind of like slung together as many pieces as I could. So here's
And if I
kind
can
of.
say, you have our explicit permission to use any clips in the thing. Nobody's SoundCloud can't come down on you or anything.
All right, cool. I'll put the gun down now. All right, thank you so much. This is the clip from the Hollywood Handbook episode, and just the bits I could throw together.
This house, you must buy the gray house. Truth is, the gray house, look, it's bugs.
They don't know about outside.
Yeah.
If planet Earth is
yes.
inside a huge gray house.
Gray house. And I'm bugs. I am bugs. And the world is a gray house.
Speak on that.
Now I remember. It was
That was a
vague, distant
fantastic
memory.
cut.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a really good cut.
No,
think
I
got
only
the
had
whole-
15 seconds, so I had to be conservative with the wording. So
I definitely got the whole story there from those edits.
yeah,
You
thank
definitely
you,
got-
thank you.
I'm up to
Gray
speed
House,
now.
bugs, we are bugs.
Inside the gray house.
inside the Gray House, and the Gray House,
Native.
which is
the
our world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. This song is acquiring a whole new meaning.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
To me, at
it's-
least. I don't know about it.
I was incredibly inspired by both the song and the video. I started wondering if I was bugs, and maybe I was bugs inside of my own gray house. But
And it sort of seems that way. I mean, that's the one thing we hope to achieve is to get everyone to sort of look at their life and question if they are in fact bugs.
yeah, I think everyone needs to ask themselves that at least once.
Yeah.
Just
and,
to check.
People in the gray house shouldn't throw stones at the bugs or something. Like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah. I mean, you're going to be safe inside of the gray house, but there's still stuff in the gray house that can affect other bugs in the gray house. So yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
It's tragic what happened to those little guys.
yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
it's a real shame, and I think
Yeah.
I think it all comes out in the end, though.
Yeah. Like the cycle continues, and there's some flowers that sing and then immediately die and then come back up again and sing.
Yeah.
And then there's that tree.
Just like flowers in real life do.
Yeah.
I assume. I have not
Wait a
been
second.
outside of my garden.
Yeah, I mean, flowers are just a battlefield, as far as I remember, and there's
A lot of
just
death in the
a lot of
flower.
death, resurrection going on. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this is like seriously though, a just I don't know, indie just banger to me. It's just I've listened to this song more times than I care to admit in the last couple of weeks. It's a nice way to
Thank
start
you.
the day. And Sean apparently has heard it. So
Yeah, he said he liked it.
yes,
And thanks. He
yes.
said, thanks, I like it.
Yeah, no, I like to, if I am, I like to throw out a tweet at the people, whether or not any response will ever happen.
Yeah. I
I've
appreciate
tweeted
it, for
Chef
sure.
Kevin a
We've
few
been the same.
times.
Our Twitter is moribund at best,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
it never hurts.
Yeah, and I was frankly shocked that he responded at all. So, because like that's one step further. I get a like sometimes from different people, but that like
Yeah.
he typed in words.
Yeah, he had
on top
to
of it.
actually engage with it.
Yeah. And I assume that Hayes has also heard it because he made a joke about bugs in an episode shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I'm just going to assume that they are aware of this and will call you to go on tour sometime, maybe open
Yeah, maybe
open
we'll
for
open
them.
for them,
Yeah, on their 2022 The Boys tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Who
gonna
knows?
be huge. We'll
Yeah.
do a split. We'll do a split record with them.
Mhm.
Hollywood Handbook A side,
Ooh.
and we'll do
Vinyl too.
We
Yeah,
do covers of
45
Hollywood
minutes.
Handbook episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Actually, vinyl does have a couple of songs you could cover. So
I
there
gotta get on
there
this. I
is
gotta
some.
get a hold of this vinyl.
Yeah. I'll talk to my guys. But yeah, it's oh yeah, there's another piece of the song that I have ready for you here, and then we're gonna take a quick break actually before
Sure.
getting to the second half of the podcast.
Perfect.
So this is Gray House again, but a different part. Okay, I think I remember why I picked this clip now. I think this is one of the parts I was having.
This is the parts where the flowers are singing along.
I think that's this. I was
That's
having
true.
trouble with the lyrics here. I think.
Okay.
So the flowers, are they saying we are not men?
No.
No. Okay.
We are Devo.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be great. Yeah, they are
I
Devo.
thought there could have been maybe a Devo reference here, but what is it saying right there at the beginning?
It's saying someday we can do it on our own again.
Oh, okay. There's a lot more words in there than I was picking up. Okay. And then, do you say all my friends at the end of that part there? Is there more to that, or is that it?
We can make this house a home, my friend.
Oh, I got my friends. I got my friends.
There you go.
I just didn't get the home thing. Okay. All right. Cool.
It's a great house,
But
make the house a home.
not a Devo reference.
Not a Devo
Okay,
reference.
okay. Just checking.
I wish, that's through the next one.
Okay.
I'll
okay.
tweet it at Mark Mothersbaugh.
Yeah.
With another cartoon video, and we'll get them to like it and say thanks.
That'll be your thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be your guys' thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked that section though, because it shows like kind of like I like that by that point in the song it was like this is already like really fun, and then there's like a whole like breakdown that's like kind of a different sound and everything, you know. So
Yeah.
I like this song's got a little bit of everything in it. You know?
I get bored if a song is too much of the same thing for the whole song.
Unless it's only the same thing for the whole song.
Unless it's only the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say there is definitely a song coming up on the second half that fits that description, which I love. It's one of my favorite.
Also,
tracks.
this song leans, it skews, I think, a little poppier than we usually sound. So I wanted
I could
to
see that.
Throw a heavier sort of riff into it.
Yeah. Like the rest of it would almost feel comfortable on like a indie radio station that you would hear, in Minneapolis or Chicago or some cool hip spot. But yeah, it sounds like it could, like you could share this with people and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Which is like, that's what
it's a band.
Yeah, it's a band. I could listen to that. It's pretty much what you want, at least that level of engagement,
Yeah.
from the fan.
If I can get that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's a pretty good compliment right there. So
yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna take
a little face.
What's up?
You're gonna pull a little face when you go, It's almost like you smelled something.
Yeah. Like you don't know if it's like good or not what you smelled, but you're smelling something. Yeah.
You're at least interested enough to give it a.
You're taking notice of the scent.
Yeah.
Acknowledging the scent.
Yeah.
Yes. Acknowledgement is what we crave. That's why we do this.
Yeah. No, of course. I totally get it. We're on the same page. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick break before we get into the second half of this, and we have I think like 7 tracks left or something like that. But yeah, we'll be right back on the Album Concept Hour. The Album Concept Hour. Welcome back, everybody, to the Album Concept Hour. I am Brad, and I have my co-host Reese, and we are joined again by Inspector 34. Including Patrick, Silas, Jim, and Alexandra. But yeah, we're going to get into the second half of their album, going into track 6. But first, I wanted to ask a little bit about your name, your band name.
Okay.
So I did you might have noticed by now I do a little bit of research when I get these together. And I did find the Pete and Pete episode, Inspector 34. It's
not hard to find.
There's about 5 different versions on YouTube.
Yeah, if you search Inspector 34, I would love for us to be the first thing that comes up, but we are not.
Well, you know what? The thing is, though, I understand, having now watched it, why it's up there. That is such. I've never seen Pete and Pete. We didn't have cable when I was that age, so I missed that, like a lot of the Nickelodeon stuff. But like that episode was like kind of transcendent. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, and it was way more deep than I expected it to be.
That's like kind of the vibe of the show as a whole. It's
Okay.
such a weird show.
Yeah.
There's so few other things like it that ever I've seen on TV or elsewhere. It was a great show, but that episode specifically,
Yeah, it was almost reminded me of like maybe like a Malcolm in the Middle style of
I don't know
comedy
if
where
you
it's
watch
like
Joe Pera at all.
which one?
Joe Pera Talks with You.
Oh, I've seen like an episode. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you're. Yeah.
That show, I think, is the closest I've ever seen to a show that gives me like the same sort of feeling as a Pete and Pete, where it's like so weird and surreal and like kind of subversive, but also like there's like a wholesomeness to it.
Yeah.
That is,
Yeah.
It's not off-putting.
Yeah. Because like this one, for instance, there's the Inspector 34 is an underwear inspector, and who works at Fruit of the
Kreb of the Loom.
Gleb of the Loom. Yes. They have their clever exchange of that. But yeah, it's he's an underwear inspector, and he goes around town. He knows everyone's underwear size and type, and no one's freaked out by this. It's normal.
Well, that's how things work.
But it's just that's for the story. That's how this works, and you're right. It's very surreal because it was like, why this guy's just hanging out with a bunch of kids. But this guy, Inspector 34, he's a perfect inspector. He needs to learn how to like loosen up a little bit. So he enrolls Pete to like kind of learn how to be a normal human being. And, it's a great story about, perfection and, the problems of wanting to be too perfect and all sorts of stuff. But, so you guys were you all into like Nickelodeon, like Pete and Pete type stuff like that? Was that like a whole connection between all of you, or is one of you more into that and brought it to the table?
I think.
I like Nickelodeon, but that's.
Yeah, I used to watch it.
I'm like you, Brad. I didn't have cable growing up either. I just had.
I also
I heard about these things, but
I didn't have cable growing up, but like somehow there was a thing where we had quote unquote basic cable, which was basically it would just give you the same channels you would get off an antenna, but you got them through a cable box, so you didn't have to deal with using.
We had that. We had that for a short time. For a very short time, we had the basic cable.
We had that in my house, but the cable company would do this weird thing where in the summer, houses that had that extremely basic cable, they would give you like full cable for the summer as like a weird like, free trial because kids are home for the summer and then you bug your parents like, oh, I got to see Nickelodeon. I'm addicted to TV now.
That's pretty smart. I bet that worked.
Like the
I was
Happy Meal
able
strategy.
to watch a little bit of there's like a couple episodes of Pete and Pete that like stuck with me from when I was a kid, but mostly I've watched it as like a teen or an adult.
Yeah,
a tween.
Well, I'm definitely curious, having watched that one. It's like this is like some weird Twilight Zone shit, but for kids. But yeah, and I feel like I recognize some of the people in the show, but
Oh, for sure.
there's
There's great guest stars. Steve Buscemi is their neighbor. Iggy Pop is another one of their neighbors.
What?
Yeah, Iggy Pop is the father of Nona Mecklenburg.
Wow. Okay.
Played by Michelle Trachtenberg, I think is her name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Who's in like Eurotrip.
Okay. Well, I mean,
one of our high points for me as a band is that we actually got to play a show with Danny Tamborelli, who played Little Pete in the show. We got to play a show with his band.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're actually pretty awesome.
That is, wow. That must have been really cool for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Did he get the reference at all?
Oh, of course. Yeah, he was into it.
Oh, wow. That's really, really cool. I didn't know he had a
Yeah,
band.
and
I'll
they
have to check
kicked
that
ass.
out.
That was a really fun time. I
Yeah.
miss playing
Wasn't
shows.
that our record release show?
That was actually our last.
Yeah.
That
Not
was
the
our
last, but the first one there.
Yeah,
last 12-inch release.
Yeah. I'm not. I forget the title myself, but I listened to it. It has a coffee song on it,
it's
right?
Very long. It's something I got off a fortune cookie. Fortune.
Well, you think that is a secret, but it never has been one.
You think that is a secret, but it never has been one. Yeah, that is a fortune I received in a fortune cookie.
Wow. I don't know how to feel about that.
I didn't either, but it made a really good album title.
No, that's actually, you know what? That's a good fortune cookie, I gotta say. That's what they should be like, rather than bullshit knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get back into your music though. This is Letdown. It's track 6, and this is what I picked. Yeah, more of that. I think it's your like kind of signature like jamming out stuff that you got. But
rock and roll. That's so that actually is the song that I had to get really drunk to do.
Okay, because it does say
earlier in the song in that clip, there's parts where it's there's just a lot of different ones of me screaming at each other.
Oh, I have unintelligible stuff.
Yeah, that's correct.
Written here. Yeah.
That's the lyric.
Okay, cool. I have that right. Okay. And you do say drunken intuition from afar. Is that what you're saying? Drunken.
Trusting intuition from afar. There you go.
Trusting intuition from afar. So see, I was hearing the drunk thing, I think. And yeah, that's close.
Singing lyrics, I was sober. It's just the part where there's a bunch of nonsense screaming.
Okay. And by the way, I do really enjoy that. Like I'm a fan of the band Me Without You. It's like an old like kind of post-hardcore band. But
Pat knows.
That's the guitarist I'm conjuring there a little bit.
You know of Me Without You. Oh, that's right. 'Cause you guys are like close to
not on
where they're
purpose
from.
trying to cop that sound there, but in
No, of
retrospect,
course.
yes.
Well, I mean that spacey kind of guitar was really popular in the early 2000s.
Too many reverb pedals.
Yeah, I loved, like, I think that's mostly what post-hardcore was. That was kind of the signature thing, was that really spacey, like ethereal kind of guitar, and I really, really dug it back then. So I think that's probably why I'm connecting with this. It is very much up the alley of some of the stuff that I kind of grew up with here and there. So
yeah, the intro is the screamo part.
Yeah, you had the screamo and the post-hardcore part.
It's like a less cringy screamo, you know?
Yeah.
Like we can't do screamo, you know. It's like I feel like I'm honestly surprised when people younger are listening to that music, because I'm just like, I thought that was going to be like
not cool.
Yeah, I thought that was never gonna leave our high school days or whatever.
It's got some staying power.
It's got some legs. Yeah.
The kids are still sad.
Yeah.
Turns out kids are always gonna be sad. But yeah, this next song though is kind of what we were talking about a little earlier, where it's a lot of the quote unquote same thing, but it's a lot. You'll understand the title when you hear it, but this is called Thick Baloney. Yeah. Thick Baloney.
That is the most fun song we have ever.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
That's the closer.
Yeah, that's the live favorite.
I was wondering about that. I was gonna say like that does seem like a great way to close things off because you'd probably
We were gonna
feel
close
it.
the album with it, but then we ended up it not making sense to. But that's so that actually is the end close out the A side.
Oh, okay. So yeah. If you're listening on record, this is where you switch. Cool. Yeah. That's okay. So you got best of both worlds, kind of. It's the end of the one side. So.
Yeah. It's the album centerpiece. If you
tell the story about this song.
Okay,
it's the same spot where Born to Run is on the album. Born to Run.
Okay. Awesome. That's good to know.
I think I might have fucked that one up. Who knows?
Okay.
No, that's perfect.
Let's assume it's
I'm
exactly
sure it's
right.
relevant.
This is another song that I wrote this one's probably 3 or 4 in the morning when I was very drunk.
Okay. You seem to write
lyrics
well when you're
intact,
drunk.
probably.
This one I had made myself. I was super broke at the time, so I was eating a lot of bologna sandwich.
Oh,
And-
so there's some reality to this.
Yeah, and so I made one that was real thick. I used all the last of the bologna in the fridge, and I ate the thick bologna sandwich, and then I wrote this song about it.
Oh man!
And I had somewhere on my phone. I have the original recording. It's like this. It's the stupidest, sloppiest mess of like a thing that you never would think should be made into a song that would be performed for people.
And it's going on the Patreon next month.
Going on the Patreon.
Oh,
next
yeah.
month. Yeah, it should actually. That's the Patreon.
Yes. Oh man! No,
And then once I started writing actual lyrics that were more than just, I just saying I'm gonna have some thick bologna over that.
as like just a phrase, like a mantra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I tried to make as sexual of a song I could about eating a bologna sandwich.
It is. It's a pretty
I like the
sexy song.
innuendo.
Yeah, I like it. I do really enjoy that. Like
That song is about nothing but being hungry, eat a bologna sandwich. There's nothing more to it than just that.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it was like drugs.
You see, it could be anything.
I was like, is bologna
Somehow
drugs?
that's also correct.
Yeah. Because I was like, there's no way he's talking about actual bologna.
Oh,
Like,
but
right?
that's where you're wrong, my good man. It is
Yeah.
the thick bologna sandwich.
My head was just in the clouds, but it was right here on Earth. But yeah, I really, really relate to this song for sure. Now that I know the context, and it's one of those songs. Before I got to the song, I was like, "Thick bologna, okay." And then like I listened to it, I'm like, "That sounds like thick bologna." Like that's the way I would describe how it sounds, and no other way. Yeah.
Yeah, it really kind of worked.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of 2 songs I feel like you have that where like the title really explains what you're gonna hear. But I'll get to that later.
What was it, that cool Oscar Mayer bologna with the bits of cheese and pepper in it and stuff? That's like, the
Man,
deluxe.
I really wish it was. That would have been so much better. No, this was. I don't even remember the name of the company, but
Oh
we
wow,
have
like
chain
a
of
third
grocery
party
stores.
here.
Yeah, we have a chain of grocery stores here called Market Basket. That's the cheapest grocery store. Shouts out to Market Basket. We love
Shout
them.
out Market Basket.
Shouts
Heard
out.
of-
Yeah,
I've heard of
MB.
this.
And they were selling. Man, I wish I could remember what it was called. It had like just shown up on the shelves within the past couple months. It's like deli meat. They had hot dogs and like bologna and other stuff, but it was somehow half the price of anything else on the shelves. Like it's got to be human meat or something. Like Oscar Mayer bologna, even like Market Basket brand bologna, like the cheapest thing in the Market Basket store was like, $2 a pound or something. This was like $1 a pound.
Hey
fucking
man,
bologna.
that's what bologna's for, man.
Gotta buy it.
That's
Yeah,
what
and I
that's what
did
it's
buy
there
it and-
for. Yeah. Well, hey, you got a song out of it, so
Yeah.
That's good.
I made it through, and here we have this.
Yeah, you're
Well,
still
and
alive.
you know what? I bet you love your life and everything is wonderful, right?
I would go out on a limb and say yes. Yeah.
Well, now that I know that starts side 2, it makes a lot more sense.
Actually, I misspoke. That actually ends side A.
Oh, that
makes
ends side A.
funny.
Okay.
Little
Cuts
Okay.
off real
bookending.
abrupt, and then that ends the side.
Okay.
And then it's
Okay.
on it.
Oh, so it's like an outro kind of to
Yeah.
Thick Baloney. Yeah. That's what I kind of see these little tracks as, is like intros and outros that are just
Yeah.
chopped. So that you can have your,
Interludes.
perfect, just song edit, people can just run to. Yeah. But yeah, this is going back to the main theme from earlier, from the first track, but it's remixed. But as we know, though, this is just a little bit of a 40-minute epic that will be coming to your Patreon, I'm sure.
Big time.
Yeah. Original. You have the original recording on one of your phones, maybe, like a shitty iPhone recording.
Oh no, I mic'd it all up for real.
Oh wow.
Because I said, we got to record
the real
some noise
process.
for the album.
Okay.
I didn't figure we'd go for 40 minutes, but it was great that we did. But it's all in there.
Nice. Well, I look forward to seeing the 40-minute music video version of this to accompany it.
See you in 2 years. See you in 2, maybe 3 years.
I'll see you in a couple of years, guys, but it's going to be worth it.
We'll just get a big box of bugs and film that for 40 minutes.
Oh, that's good. Silas, you
You
can
know, a
watch
little bit of
that.
CGI.
Slow
we're
it
done.
down a little bit,
Yeah, speed it
stretch
up.
it out, slow it down, speed it up, stretch it out, speed it up.
Change
Everybody
colors.
loves video.
Change colors, some keying, some other stuff.
Yeah.
You
Make
talk
'em
about
echo.
this one down, but-
A little bit of that Hollywood movie magic.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That we're all being forced to become experts on during this pandemic. But yeah, this next track is called "Grow Old." It is track 9. Here we go.
I like to see what he thinks you're saying here.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I would love to.
Well, first I just want to say this is the one that's like really the Moody Blues moment for me.
Okay.
This is the one that's like, oh yeah. It's just honey.
Yeah, the shimmering one.
Yeah. This one had like a nice growth and taper off to it, But yeah, I have do ? Have love. Do you have time?
I like do ? Have love.
Yeah, do ? Have love.
Do ? Have love?
Yeah. I don't know.
Question mark.
Do you have time?
Yeah, me not question mark.
And then at last, yeah. Will you ?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got you.
Was I close?
There's
The question marks were correct.
Okay, cool.
The question marks were correct for sure.
Yeah, you're very clear on those.
No, the lyrics actually are will a revolution ever come?
I have
That's
will
that whole-
you. Okay.
Question.
Well, isn't the part?
Wait. Hold on. This next part.
And will you welcome it? That's yeah.
Okay. Well, then this.
Will a
So
revolution ever come?
So I have
And
will
welcome
you
it.
and then running through the air on time, which is probably will the revolution come?
No, that
Is that a different part?
Are you? Yeah, that's the next part.
Okay.
Are you fitting pretty well into your life? Are you sitting pretty well in your life?
I must have missed that.
That's the part with the vocal acrobatics. You made me do backup vocals on that part. It took me like 2 hours to record them.
Oh yeah.
In your car?
Ooh.
It was just all over the place, and I was recording it. It was during quarantine, and I was in my car with just like my laptop and my interface in the parking lot of an elementary school, trying to sing it, thinking like, okay, it's quarantine, no one's gonna come here. But people kept walking by and staring at me, and it wasn't fun.
This guy's singing in his car, like with no music.
But like really like loud yelling singing.
Yeah. That's
But hey,
awesome.
you got the take.
I was gonna say it sounds it. Well, I mean, that's the thing is like even though I didn't catch all the lyrics, the vocals sound amazing. Like I can. That's what the Moody Blues part was to me, because the Moody Blues were really good at having layers to the vocals and having it sound like a chorus that's not like obtrusive to like the instruments. You know.
I had a lot of fun with that. This is the first time. Like normally in the past, I'll sing all the harmonies myself and just record them, or just me and Silas and Ben, our bass player who's not here. We love you, Ben.
Mr. Ben,
R.I.P. Ben.
Usually just the three of us will sing, or on the recording more often I'll sing all the harmonies myself. But this is the first time that we've gotten like all five of us in the band to come together in like a nice 5-part harmony, and I was so happy with how it came out. It really worked, I thought.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often these days, and it's that's one of the things that I've kind of been discovering through this podcast. Actually, is like before the 70s rolled around, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of like every member of the band contributing to the vocals, and at some point, like the egos took over some shit, and people just kind of stopped doing that as much. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's really cool to hear that many voices intermingling, you know?
Like I said, most of the music I've listened to this year is at least 30 years old, and a lot of it has been the Beach Boys. So you can
that tracks.
You can probably figure as much.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely a song on here that gets into that some Beach Boys style.
Even live, it's just logistically really hard to get everybody to sing at once. Which is why we usually, even like sometimes we'll play a show and me and Ben will share a mic because that's all there is to use. I would love
back when I was in a band, we had I think 3 vocalists tops, and yeah, that was always just hard because you never know how many mics are going to be at a place.
Having worked as a sound guy too, it's a nightmare when somebody comes in and goes, "Oh, we have 5 mics. You got to get us all." Like, okay.
It's like,
You wouldn't say that to the Beach Boys.
Fine.
They wouldn't say that to the Beach Boys, but the Beach Boys aren't, they're not playing at the Thirsty First or whatever.
Yeah. And then there wasn't even the right technology yet for them.
Yeah, if the Beach Boys were playing a dive bar.
In those old videos that everybody crowds on like one microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's they used to have just the whole band in the studio with one mic or some shit. And it was like, I'm talking like a classical like orchestra type situation, and like that's just how they did it. It's wild.
We just watched the other night this documentary about Lowell has we're from Lowell.
Yeah.
Lowell has a huge Cambodian population.
Okay.
And there's a really good documentary called Don't Think I've Forgotten that's about all the early like rock and roll music from Cambodia that happened before the genocide happened in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
And it's a really, really cool documentary, but in it they talk about how like you're hearing all this great music and you're like, wow, this is great. And then they show you the studio is all recorded, and it is just a room with a microphone in the center of it.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay, yeah, they bring the band into this room,
Yeah.
play the song into this one microphone, and that's all you get.
Yeah, the kind of magic that must have taken, just the positioning of everyone to get that perfect
It's
take.
astonishing how good some
Yeah.
of the stuff sounds, considering
Yeah,
that that's how
yeah.
it's
Most
recorded.
most producers these days couldn't even fathom that level of attention to detail. It's just you used to have to cut the sound and stick it together physically.
How do they do that?
How? Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. I don't understand, man. But excuse me. This next track is
Rona.
Life, and it's kind of the last one with that one little thing that you got in the beginning. But here's Life. I forget. Do you actually have the "I Love My Life" thing in that song?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, it's in there somewhere.
That was part of that was what I recorded in my garage, right?
Yeah,
Like, that was
most of it.
that was the guitar with all the what are these things called? The little clips on it. Alligator
Oh,
clips.
Yeah, that's how you did that.
Yeah, I had a bunch of alligator clips on the strings so they would buzz when they hit other strings when you pluck them.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's super cool.
interesting.
Oh yeah, and my little synthesizer too in there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Because it sounds like it kind of reminds me of like a really good old arcade game or something.
I'll take it.
Yeah. You know when they used to with the 8-bit or whatever, they had to get really creative.
Yeah, like you'd have to use this to make it one of these cartridges in a old Game Boy. I got my Game Boy over here, but it's taken apart because I'm modding it so I can make fucking chiptune music.
Oh dang! Wow.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of custom shit for it. I got a new screen, new sound chip. It's gonna get weird.
So you're writing.
I'm going a little crazy in isolation.
So you're writing the next album on a modded Game Boy. Is that right?
There's gonna be at least something in there.
Not using that on the next album. Like that's insane.
So I found out there's a way to take an old mechanical keyboard with a certain type of output and you can splice it into a Game Boy cable like you would use for trading Pokemon, but then play the keyboard like it's a computer keyboard, you know? So I'm definitely going to use that and may or may not attach it to my guitar if I get it working.
Dude, please.
Wow, man.
Just for fun.
That's
This
just
is incredible.
That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
interesting. My brain
doing a lot of
my
soldering.
brain keeps on wrinkling more and more as I think about it.
So quarantine's been a mixed blessing for us because we're getting to do all this insane
Exploring hobbies.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
apparently quarantine was responsible for calculus being made. So,
Really?
yeah, that's what I read on the internet. So it's
Who's
probably
calculus?
true.
Who's
what
both
was it?
types?
Newton?
Paul Newman.
Newton's calculus?
Newton?
Newman.
Paul Newman?
Yeah. This is the great grandfather of Paul Newman before they changed the name a little bit.
Well, it came to Ellis Island.
Yeah. They didn't want to be associated with
mixed
the
up.
Newtons because of they didn't want to be nerds. So yeah.
Not unlike Pat, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song. So that song is like 95% Pat recorded in his garage, and then I layered some "Love My Life" stuff on top of it, pretty much.
Yeah, and I noticed that it's like the third of 3 of like the same, type of what was it? What do they call that when there's a repeating motif in a song?
Motif.
Motif.
Yeah.
Musical motif.
The reprieve,
Yes.
There's
A recitative.
Oh, recitative. I like that.
It's a little bit at the very end, but
Yeah, it kind of
the
morphs
way that-
into something.
yeah.
Yeah. But Me Without You had an album where they had 3 different songs that were spaced out like that. Yeah. And they were just those the spiders, they were yellow and then orange and then brown or something. Oh wait, bugs.
Bugs.
They like bugs too. You
It's
know,
all bugs.
maybe there's
Everybody
maybe
likes bugs in this gray house. That
I
we
wonder.
call
I wonder if there's
the
something
world.
about the East Coast and bugs. I mean, they're from Pennsylvania. I mean, without you, so I don't
Bugs
know.
is definitely an East Coast
Is
thing.
bugs the
I
East
don't even
Coast?
know if they have them out west.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, a lot of
I haven't really-
old buildings with a lot of holes and just like really cramped together. Just a lot of trash and
covered with bugs.
So maybe
covered with bugs.
maybe the East Coast is the gray house.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Coast is
Yeah.
So what would
Our house is
what would
more
that make
white.
the West Coast?
Our house is more white because of the snow stuff. You know, it's
the middle part
I get
is
that too.
white,
yeah.
and then West Coast is a greenhouse.
Yeah, definitely a greenhouse out there.
Yeah.
And you got a whole big like sand house kind of in between.
Yeah, the yellow house.
Yeah,
yellow
yeah,
house is,
yeah. That one's always falling down. It never supports you.
Yeah, you'd think they would let him don't make the house out of sand.
Yeah, I mean, according to those pigs, those three pigs, you know.
Yeah.
The first one
Not
was
even-
sand, right? No.
I think he tried sticks.
Yeah.
It was straw.
Yeah. Straw, sticks, and brick. But it's probably different according to where you come from. You know what materials are being used.
It's
You got a lot of
different regions make different houses. That's for sure a thing I learned about pigs from David Attenborough, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Variety of homes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of straw in Wisconsin, I assume, and then we got a lot of sticks over here.
Oh
Got the
yeah, we
Colorado
got
hemp pig
plenty
houses,
of straw. Yeah.
Colorado's
yeah.
got-
Yeah. We could use some ore.
All
though.
hemp construction, you know.
Yeah, hemp. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I miss Catan. You know, you guys play Catan?
Chris,
I miss that game. Miss playing it with people in real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
But so this next track, we're going to try to get you guys out of here soon. I know you guys got to work. This next track is Slake, and here we go. It's a longer clip. Let's see what I got.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
This is my personal favorite on the album.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it maybe is mine.
I think it's mine too.
Yeah.
Most
We had that-
painful vocal take I've ever had.
Oh, same.
The
Yeah.
other vocal song, and everyone was mad at me about having
Literally,
it was just one long breath.
rolling down my face trying to do it. It was so difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like a super
really
just
got some
long harmony.
The
Yeah.
wow ooh at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that.
Ooh is a tough vowel to sing that high.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
Isn't that
You're
long?
pushing out a lot of breath
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to close your lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. But
So,
so
hey,
that's
guys,
so is that
right.
all five of you again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me in there.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. But yeah, no, this is the one I think that was reminding me of like Beach Boys.
Yeah, for sure.
I
that
can
was-
see that.
Yeah.
And
Like-
big one.
Because there's like it's like in a different time signature or whatever, but it's like kind of got that like I'll call it maybe neo surf.
Yeah.
If that's a thing.
okay. I
If
like
it
that.
isn't,
It's got the wah-oohs.
yeah.
it's got the-
Sorry,
Uh-huh.
Harvey.
Yeah.
we can be neo surf pioneers, and I'm happy to glom onto that title.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
changing
it's
up
the next
sound
thing
entirely.
It's the next thing after neo psych rock. It's neo surf rock.
It's got to go
That actually
somewhere.
kind of makes a lot of sense.
It's-
Okay, I'll get a string reverb.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Dale's dead, so you got some room to fill in now, right?
Who's
I
dead?
got a
Yeah.
I got a
Oh, yeah.
tremolo paddle, so
That's
I'm on
right.
my way.
Ooh.
I took it apart though.
Oh.
I'm trying to put this circuit in it. 'Cause this will make it sound more fucked up.
Yeah, for the listeners, he showed us the front of his pedal as if it were possibly like whole, and then he turned it just 180 degrees or less, and it's just the front of it. You do a lot of tinkering, huh?
Yeah, I
Patrick?
like soldering,
Nice.
and such.
Nice.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean, it's good to be able to actually work on your own things.
It's also cheaper than just buying new stuff.
That's true.
This is
That's
good.
true. Yeah, good point. So do you fix everyone else's instruments if they break or
I don't
run
think
down?
I have once.
Okay. So
Actually,
oh,
Pat, I need to put you on.
Y'all are on your own.
nice. Well, let's see if I got
Pat
the.
did build me a microphone that I use.
It's
He
true. I
built
did
you a
build
microphone.
You one. Oh, I got another one over here.
Cool,
You're
you can
building
show-
another
yeah.
microphone.
It's a phone mount. It's a telephone mouthpiece mounted in a beer can.
Wow.
This is the other half of that same telephone. This one's a White Claw
Oh,
can.
cool.
Wow.
But
Fantastic.
the
You're
top's
like a
made
Tony
for the thing-
Stark of music.
It sounds real weird.
It sounds
Man.
great. So I use that when we play live.
Huh.
And then I used it for a couple of the vocals on the album as well.
Wow.
I saw
Wow,
a punk
wow,
band
wow.
years back where they're miking through the handset from a rotary dial telephone that they'd run through a bunch of crazy shit, and it was great.
That's how I made the
I run
microphones.
it
That's what the
through a
speakers
Yeah.
came out of.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
I think
awesome.
I got another one down here.
Wow.
Yeah, I got another one right here.
Oh,
I love it.
just in case.
Yeah, ready to go. Ready to go.
Man in his workshop.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Do you have a YouTube series of you building these things that people can?
No, people keep telling me I should, but
Yeah, Pat, why don't you?
I would
I'm gonna
watch
tell
that.
you.
Well,
I'm
now
gonna
I'm-
tell you now.
I'm so curious.
I'll get it. I gotta get a GoPro.
Uh,
Christmas is coming though.
Christmas is coming, guys.
Hey.
Go over
Yeah,
to that
you need
Patreon.
POV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have it strapped to my forehead.
And
Yep,
look down at your stuff.
Yep. But you also have to have the other shot of your face without the camera on it. So you got to do it like twice.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask one thing about the lyrics. So I think I mostly get this one. Slow down are the. Oh wait. Are we on track 12? No, track 12. Forget that. Oh, is this the one with the radio transmissions?
Slow down.
Yeah, I forgot to slow down like you guys told me. So False Prophets, is this the one with the these
Yeah, this is
The
Jim
Jonestown.
yeah, Jonestown stuff. So okay, here's what I got.
Yeah, this is Neo Surf for sure.
Yeah,
is
Jonestown is
neo
very,
surf.
very neo surf, very indicative of the genre. So I got go right in the corner with it. You don't want to miss it. You get him in the corner. That sounds probably like it's right?
That's close. Get him in the corner is right.
Okay.
I think it's something about somebody tried over and over again to do righteousness.
Hmm.
No one listens to him. Get him in the corner. He's extremely dangerous.
Okay. Oh, like injured animal backing into a corner.
Was this one the samples was Ben running it through his pickups,
Yeah, so
right?
this comes from that 40-minute noise chunk.
Okay.
At some point in it, Ben, who was not here, we miss you, Ben. We love you, Ben.
Rest in peace, Ben.
Rest in peace, man.
Shout
not
out to
dead.
heaven.
He started playing these Jim Jones samples through his pedals, and there's perfect. they incorporate
Seems
the
like a
perfect
perfectly normal thing to do. You know.
Yeah,
You
why
gotta
not?
just play stuff through pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where the magic
Jonestown
happens.
Massacre stuff. So in the second part, secondary people like we're a non-violent people and we're treated like this.
No, it's you got non-violent people.
Okay.
Something. We are non-violent people, but we're extremely dangerous.
Oh, that's better. That's better than what I got.
Hell of a speech maker, that Jim Jones.
Yeah, sometimes those personality types really they get people, you know. And
Yeah.
what about this? We no longer agree on what is a moral right of the capitalist system, and then something about racism.
Did we play a clip of this song yet?
No.
Oh,
Did we
no.
play a clip of this yet? Did I skip that?
No, you didn't. You skipped it.
Oh my god. Well, here's False Prophets, guys. I think I skipped
Let's hear
over
it.
talking about Slake, but
That's the line. We're right
that's
there.
the
Perfect.
one. Yeah.
I don't know how you got a word of that, to be honest.
Like I said, I had my settings.
Yeah,
you know,
your Hollywood
I
magic.
cut out the
He was like
lows.
unworking all the stuff you guys worked into it. Basically, that was what he was doing.
Yes,
I had the
essentially.
isolated
I was
track,
unraveling it.
when I put those into the song, and I'm not even 100% on what he was saying. It's a
Okay.
bad quality recording played through a bunch of pedals.
It's more that it's the Jim Jones stuff that's the important bit.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, the general content of that one is
Yeah.
I've lost patience in this world of capitalist sin,
Mhm.
racism. I would just as soon bring it all to an end. Essentially, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Like those crazy personality types go for.
Yeah.
And then you say, wait, do you say I'm here and I want you to watch at the end?
No, not even close. Actually, that one is you're telling me you want to be what you want.
You're telling me you want to be what you want.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Oh, that was way off on that one. wasn't even close.
It's all right. You got a remarkable amount of the Jim Jones quotes, which is very impressive.
That's what's important is the
Yeah.
Jim Jones quotes.
It's reminding me of the pre-internet days when you couldn't just look up lyrics and happens with smaller bands all the time too, where
right.
it's just like you can't find the lyrics because nobody's put them online ever. And
yeah,
I don't know.
You'd have
I
been
remember
put them on
singing along
paper,
to like
probably.
Nirvana in high school and being like, I probably have all these words wrong because he
Uh-huh.
just goes a bunch, like
Yeah, and
I love it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we can do that these days. But yeah, there's definitely like sometimes even like we did the Jetsons the movie soundtrack, for instance, and it wasn't on Spotify. Well, wait, no, it wasn't on Spotify. It wasn't on any of the normal places. You could barely even find any information about it. I think there was like lyrics for like 2 tracks of it, but. Yeah. Like there's just some things like that just kind of get lost to the ether of the internet, But no, and yeah, especially with like smaller bands, you have to, either post it up yourself or have like a loyal fan post it up for you because you're generally on the grind. Yeah. I mean,
or just make. I like to just make people do the work for it themselves,
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it is psychedelic kind of, your sound and it's experimental. So, I mean, were you even intending for people to be able to understand everything, or were there some times where you just, doing vocals for the sound of the vocal and how it mixed with the
A lot
song?
of the time, I'm just going for the sound of the vocal. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
hate the sound of my own voice, so I always tend towards mixing vocals more quietly.
Oh, well, that's the perfect thing for a lead singer like you.
Yeah, right. No, I generally am not a big fan across a lot of music of like vocals very high
Uh-huh.
and forward in the mix. I think people do that too much.
I agree. I'm
I
definitely in that
prefer
camp.
to sit back a little more, so I try to do that.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, because there's a difference, I think, between using your vocals as an instrument and using it as like the main force of the song. Because that's what I think started happening in like the 70s, like I was saying, when one person was like the main vocal person and the personality and the front man,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a collaborative.
I try to write lyrics.
Yeah.
I try to write lyrics vaguely enough too that I hope people don't know what I'm talking about, even if they know the lyrics.
That's always been a challenge when we do something like Paul McCartney esque or Beatles. Like they're sometimes they do not intend for you to understand what they mean. That's part
Yeah.
of it. It's yeah, that's what they're trying to trick people with the walrus stuff and blah blah blah.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Exactly. But yeah, this next track though is the last one that I mentioned earlier. That there was another track that like sounds like the actual title of the song, and this is the other one. Ride the River of Light, Screaming into the Void, in parentheses.
There's them birds.
Did I say Ride the River of
Yeah.
Lightning?
I don't think so.
Okay. We just
Not
did
sure.
we just did Lord of Lightning, which is a King Gizzard thing. I think I'm getting mixed up.
I think you.
Okay.
You said it right. But
All
you
right,
thought
all
it
right.
wrong.
We'll play back the tape. But yeah. What did you say right out of the outro though, Pat?
Oh, that's the track with the birds played on an iPhone through a guitar into a bunch of pedals.
Wow. Okay.
All the bird
okay.
sounds.
All the
Yeah,
bird sounds.
with the guitar kind of off to the side, so you could kind of like.
Yeah, it was like kind of just laying down flat, and the birds were doing their thing.
Birds were doing most of the work for that one.
Yeah, I'm just fiddling knobs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're more
When
of
you
a
guys
guitar
do live shows,
engineer.
do you ever have amps blow up and burn or anything? Because I've seen that happen at some noisy kind of shows
Not
before.
yet.
I'm just
Those are
curious.
awesome.
That
Uh,
maybe a new goal of yours could be
Yeah, we have
to
something to work for.
to
for
destroy
sure.
an amp with the sounds that you're creating.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Well,
I can only have so many fuzz pedals.
well, yeah. I
That's
mean,
not
you'll
true.
get there. You'll get there one
I
day.
know.
I believe in you.
I've
Pat.
got. God, I don't know. I could have just a fuzz pedal board now. I gotta start selling shit. I've just
That
been
look-
buying stuff during quarantine because I'm bored.
Oh wow, that look of like self disappointment, like when you
Yeah.
like came back. Oh yeah, no, actually, there's too many of these.
I bought sold pedals in quarantine that we never had a chance to be used in the band at all.
I traded.
Yeah, bought and then sold. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Trading mostly. You got to trade up. That's the secret.
that's yeah. That's
I don't
key.
do that often.
Yeah. Well, as long as they even out, and you. So wait,
Hopefully.
are any of the pedals from the album off and traded away?
Oh, many of them.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I used at least 2 different reverbs
So-
on the album. Both
okay.
have been traded.
Then that's actually another question. Then, do you guys have a kind of go like I don't know in different places live with your music? Like, do you do like live renditions of songs that are like altered from the the album version, or do you play it a lot similar?
We've
to...
done more than a few acoustic shows.
Okay.
Where we
We've done
kind of change everything heavily.
Stuff. That
Okay.
was the last show. The show we played this summer. The only like digital show we played was.
Oh yeah,
acoustic-y.
yeah. Good point. There's not a lot of shows happening these days.
But we'll do.
Everybody
I mean,
is.
Yeah,
Everybody's pretty different on live than
Yeah.
it is on record. It doesn't have the electronic intro, and then it
Uh-huh.
A
also
little
has
slower
this-
too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's also got this real fun ending.
Yeah,
so we can't
yeah.
do the fade out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, is that where it just keeps going and going and going?
Do
and
you
then
guys
we
like
do the
walk off the
rock,
stage on it?
We do the butt rock end to it.
Oh, I
The
forgot about
butt
the
rock. The butt. You'll have
How do you
to
forget about the butt rock?
No, you'll have to explain the
sorry.
butt rock to me.
It was so
It's sensitive.
stupid I couldn't put it on the album in good conscience, but it's very fun to do live.
What is it? Just another like small song of yours that you like cap everything off with?
It's
No,
like a Rage Against the Machine riff, but if they were dumb, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
If Rage Against the Machine
Okay,
was
no, I get
stupider,
the
like somebody was making fun of them.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Correct.
just to cap everything off.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And this song we probably will never play live, just because there's so much
Yeah.
go.
I
would
think I
love
have
to try
5
to
guitar
figure out
parts
what
in
it
it.
is. It's got at
Yeah,
least.
How do I
yeah,
pick?
if you
builds.
have guitar parts in it,
It's-
I have 3.
Yeah.
It's got parts. It's got parts from previous songs on the record buried in the mix.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah, I do that a lot.
Oh, that's really
from
cool.
the previous songs in the album.
Yeah.
That's where the Love My Life thing comes back at the end of this song is Pat.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Words.
Yeah.
But Pat does it again in the song.
Yeah, I like this as an outro for the album. I like when a band can takes and does either just a long drawn out thing or just something thoughtful, instead of like feeling like they got to end with some like hit or something. Not saying it's not a hit.
Are you saying it's not a hit?
I'm not saying it's not a hit,
Right.
guys. I'm not saying
Oh,
I
God,
wouldn't
this is
hear
gonna be a
this
big break.
on the radio, but it is a long song. It's about 8.5 minutes, so I don't know if it would fit on the radio.
It's a thing we never had a chance to even really practice.
Yeah, we never
Yeah.
once played it together.
Together.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
never even did it in practice or anything.
Hmm.
It's just it's all came together in the process of recording it, and I think I love it for that.
Mhm.
I think it's cool and fun to put songs together that way. It's nice to be able to do it.
Yeah, and it kind of has like it almost has a post-hardcore vibe to it, with that kind of almost industrial different time
yeah.
signatures going on.
Definitely post something, yeah.
Yeah, post something. I don't know.
I forgot there's 3 drum parts to that song too. I'll lay it on top.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. I like that it just there's a nice transition, but like the first half of the song is like a lot of like atmospheric kind of stuff, and then it gets in there the like down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's somebody described it as a stupid parade, and I think
A stupid parade.
sort of
Nice.
what it sounds exactly. I think how I wanted it to sound without using those words.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like you're sitting in the woods, and then and it's very nice and peaceful, and then a big stupid parade comes by.
that's yeah. You do get kind of drawn in. You're like, oh yeah, this is kind of meditative, But yeah, then it comes in. It comes in hard, and you're screaming into the void. That's what I like about it. Is like that's describes what you're hearing. You don't get that a whole lot with songs, so it's nice when it lines up.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the near the end of the podcast though, and we'd like to do one more thing before we get going, and that is go around the horn and ask everybody what they've been listening to lately. So
Okay.
I'll start. I'll just start so I can give you guys some time to look at your Spotify's or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my recent listens.
Every time.
As for me, there's also a plug section, by the way. I don't have a theme for it, but I have been listening to a lot of you guys, honestly. You guys have this album, Love My Life, out, and you have several things on Spotify. I really enjoyed the what's the song about the coffee again?
Waiting for the next cup.
Waiting for the next cup. As someone that can no longer consume caffeine without it just affecting my anxiety, the longing for that cup is real. But yeah, it's so it's mostly I've been jamming on you guys. I also listened to King Gizzard's Gumboot Soup again recently. It's a nice mix of all their different kind of styles. And as far as my plugs, I got Travelers, a Dark podcast. We finished season 1 and we're into season 2. So if you liked the show Dark on Netflix, go listen to that and hear us talk with our German friend about it. And other than that, we got the album concept hour side B that we're launching very soon under our Patreon, which is patreon.com/flyoverstatepark. It's going to be the new brand of the podcast studio, and Reese is going to be on that with me, as well as Nate, and we are going to try to cover the 50 states like Sufjan Stevens was supposed to. With that, Reese, I'll let you go next. What have you been jamming on?
Ooh, okay. New Liturgy album. Fun black metal industrial project.
Nice.
The new King
nice.
Gizzard album, if you didn't hear that yet, Brad.
Wait, what?
It's just called KG. Yeah. They kind
Ooh,
of surreptitiously
ooh.
dropped that not that long ago.
I got some stuff to check out.
Still looking at my Spotify and cheating here.
It's cheating.
I know.
I never do that.
And I've been in a black metal mood, so Immortal and like all the black metal because it's been snowy and cold here, and I love that. So and then randomly Rise Against because I just felt like going into some nostalgic, crappy pop punk. So
nice. Gotta go back every now and again.
For sure.
And if only Ben were here with us, because those were his contributions to. We just had to put together like a band wide top of the year list.
Oh yeah.
Pop punk.
R.I.P. Ben.
Always
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
What about you, Patrick? What have you been jamming on recently?
I've also
your
been
pedals.
listening to black metal.
You want
a
to
lot of Panopticon and a Dissection
Oh,
and Mayhem.
We're doing a Panopticon episode.
Are you doing Kentucky?
Yeah, we're doing Kentucky on the States
I've
Project.
listened to Kentucky like over and over again.
Oh, it's so good.
Dude, if you want to be on the episode, man.
I plugged up like the last 3 times, so I can't again. So
probably equal parts that stuff. A lot of like post rock. Like I've been listening to Joy Division a bunch and Molchat Doma. They're like a Russian post punk band. They have a new album out that's really good. And
Nice.
lo-fi hip hop to study and fall asleep to.
Ooh, yeah, that's always
all of that
You can
good
throw
shit.
that on no matter what time of day. It's just
Yeah, where we at? I'm looking at my daily playlists on Spotify. Yeah, Sarah the Instrumentalist, check her out. Tampa Beats, it's all good. In Love with a Ghost.
okay.
Fun, chill beats to watch the rain fall and smoke a blunt and be like, damn, I'm sad too.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm glad that those are a thing. Those are like becoming a big thing. Like the lo-fi hip hop beats. Like
Hell yeah,
they're fun. What about you, Silas? What have you been jamming on recently?
Oh, can I push to Alex next because I think she has to.
Oh yeah, Alex. Oh, sorry, Alex. Yeah. What have you been jamming on?
1 minute. I'll just say I've been listening to the 200 Motel soundtrack for the Frank Zappa movie.
Okay.
So I've been listening to that a lot, and I'll just go with my plugs because I have to leave. If you like funny comedy videos, I make comedy videos. You go to Triple Yeah Productions.
Triple Yeah
Productions are
Triple yeah.
videos and
Okay.
Funny as heck. Adult education.
oh yeah, there's another like a web series they do called Adult
Okay.
Education for Average Adults.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, that's it.
I think you said it right. Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
I think it's advanced education. I think.
Well, I said it wrong. Advanced education. I had like a dyslexic. Okay, Advanced Education for Average Adults, the web series. So
Extremely
there's
good.
that.
Yeah.
We're- Next episode's in virtual reality, so it's because we're all making it remotely. And then I have a bunch of comedy sketches on Triple Yeah Productions. If you like that kind of any Hollywood hand people or
Hollywood ham.
Yeah.
Hollywood handmaidens.
handmaid's tale. Yeah, and then if you guys want to check out other local music from Lowell, Massachusetts, where we're from, you can check out my series Okay in the Backyard, which is kind of like a psychedelic music series that's outdoors.
Okay. Nice.
But I have to fly off.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. What about you, Silas? What have you been jamming on?
I've been listening to a lot of Deerhoof. I'm just trying to get into the band Deerhoof. They're kind of like what's to put it? Like, I don't know, just funky, fun, strange experimental rock music. They've been a band for like 25 years, so they have a ton of albums, and it's just great. And I'm listening to a lot of Autechre.
Nice.
That's it mostly. Just those two.
Nice.
And
do you have anything
I like
to
to
plug?
I do have a plug. I've got a solo project that I have an album coming out in January.
Okay.
project is called FOMO Surfer, FOMO Surfer.
FOMO Surfer.
And
Okay.
And the album is called From a Dark Place. And it's just like some synth pop nonsense that.
Okay. And where can you find that? On like Bandcamp or?
Found
That's
it
on Bandcamp.
Okay.
That's on all streaming platforms and
Okay.
on Sad Milk Collective,
Yes.
of course.
Yes. Sad Milk Collective.
Pat, you want to?
Yeah, I was gonna say while we're doing plugs, I make lo-fi hip hop beats to study and watch rain. Sadly, too, under the name Chill Hairs.
Oh, you do that? Okay.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, you can.
It's
catch
like
it
giving
on
back to the
Bandcamp.
community.
Yeah.
I'm trying to contribute. That's on Bandcamp. Chill Haze is the name. It's on Bandcamp and fucking Spotify and probably SoundCloud.
Okay.
And then I also am in like a grindcore band called The Fucking Cops, and we did like we just released a split.
Okay.
And we were just about to put tapes out for a different split, and we just recorded a third split that will all be on Bandcamp. It's
Okay.
knuckle dragging hardcore.bandcamp.com.
Okay. Wow. Man, I got that's exciting.
Getting shit done.
Yeah.
Wait, is it the fucking cops that are tagged as Cleveland on Bandcamp?
No, we're the one. We're the other. The fucking cops. I believe it's 13. The fucking cops 12.
There we go. That's that different. That's
There's
a good
just
way
so
to
many
difference.
fucking cops. I don't know.
There's too many
what-
fucking
There's
cops.
too many fucking
It's
cops. I agree.
putrid knuckle dragging hardcore.bandcamp.com.
Looking all this up as we go. So.
Nice. Hell yeah. What about you, Jim? What have you been jamming on recently?
So I don't know. I had such a hard time coming up with stuff that I listen. I mostly have been listening to old Beach Boys records. I've been listening to a lot of. I got a couple of those where they like reissued some of their albums in like 2-packs in the 70s with different album artwork.
Yeah.
So I got Wild Honey and 2020. And I've been listening to both of those a lot.
Okay.
And also the new Meridian Brothers album. Meridian Brothers are like a fucking insane like psych cumbia band from Colombia.
Okay.
And they put out an album this year that was it was like way more electronic than their usual stuff, but it was super awesome. They're one of my favorite like new discoveries of bands.
Nice.
My computer's about to die.
Okay.
Thanks for
All right.
having
Well,
me.
we have to wrap it up anyway. So thanks everybody for coming to the Album Concept Hour. We will
Can
see
I
you.
sneak in a couple plugs right quick?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sneak in a
I'm
couple.
a
You
bounce.
can you
Peace
can
out,
you
y'all.
can bounce. That's cool. What's up?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Pat. Thanks for being here. All right. What were you saying?
I play drums in another band that is called Squash.
Squash. Okay.
And you can find us at Squash
Nice.
Band on Bandcamp or on Spotify.
I like that you all got stuff going on.
Huh?
I like that you all have other stuff going on. You know?
Yeah, you gotta keep busy.
Yeah. So those are on. You said Bandcamp and Spotify.
Yeah, we just put out a live album, and there was a recording from before.
Before times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have another full-length album that will hopefully be coming in the next months. However, that progresses itself. And I also want to plug the Sad Milk Collective Patreon page.
Yeah.
We all collaborate because we see we're all doing a bunch of different stuff, and all the other people that we know and are in bands with and collaborate with all mix it up and do stuff with each other on different tracks. A couple of our friends who are rappers collaborated over some of Pat's beats
cool.
on there, which we put up recently. Silas just did a song with the guitar player from my old punk band. That is fantastic. Did you play drums on that?
Yeah. That was me drumming.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
Attempting to, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, we try to put something up at least once every 2 weeks. that minimum. I think we're coming up on a year of it having had it be up, and the total amount of posts is close to once a week. Average that we have put something up.
I feel like that's all you can really ask from someone, like there if you offer more in the higher percentages or whatever, but like once a week that's already like
And
a lot of time.
There's also different prizes and goodies and shit you get from it.
You guys know how Patreon works.
We as Inspector 34 have a split 7-inch that you can only get by subscribing to the Patreon at a certain tier.
So nice.
It's a split with our friends in the band Big Mess, who are super fucking awesome, and I also recommend everyone check out the band Big Mess from Boston, Matt.
Okay, all right. Well, hell yeah, dude. You guys have given me some like homework to work on. Now that I have like 5 new bands. What about Ben? Would Ben have wanted anything plugged in his absence? Rest in peace.
That's a good question.
Does he have another band?
Not at the moment. Him and Pat used to be in a pop punk band, but that's old news.
So right now, this is his only flame.
The main squeeze, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, rest in peace, Ben. But,
rest in peace, Ben. We love you.
Yeah.
We miss you.
We miss you.
Miss you.
Yeah. Gone too soon.
Miss you the best.
But yeah, seriously, thank you guys for joining me on the album concept hour. This was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that. I'm glad you reached out, and I'm super excited to see where this stuff goes because, this is people should listen to this album. Go buy it on Bandcamp, guys.
It's great.
So that I can stop ranting about it to my friends. Thank you
so much.
Thanks again for having for being on the podcast, and we'll see you guys next time on the album concept hour.
We were happy to. This was great. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, John Aker, and Scott Wesley. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Please like us on Facebook or friend us on Twitter or MySpace and let us know what concept album you would like to hear on the podcast. See you on Side B. This has been a Revolver Audio production. Executive producer Brad LeBaron. For more podcasts, visit soundcloud.com/revolveraudio, or to support new content, visit co-fi.com/revolveraudio. Revolver.